going to chuck you this one, AJ. George Hirst, Ivan Azon. We talked about Keeper and Greaves. Obviously, Hirst has been the starter and was expected to be the starter for the season. And I know he put himself around and got himself into threatening places in this game, but he didn't have his shooting boots on. And he's maybe not, he's certainly had an up and down start to the season. I think I can think of 3 or 4 chances in this game where he made things harder for himself. And had he been sharper with his taking of opportunities, it would have been 5 or 6-1. And in the limited cameos we've seen of Ivan Azon, he's hit the post twice. He's shown himself to be extremely proficient in terms of the physical side of the game. Do you think that's a debate, a conversation to be had going forward, or not?
It's definitely a debate. I mean, Hirst in this game should have scored twice. I think he should have scored up at Preston as well. Mr. Sitter there, and probably has had a couple of other games where there were goals that he should have had. So I can't remember off the top of my head how many he's on, 3 or 4. He should probably be 3. He should probably be on 6 or 7. And to be fair, that would put you in the mix for the top goal scorer after 7 or 8 games, wherever we are now. I think that to support George Hirst, because I've seen a lot of criticism that he's faced, I think it's important to highlight the fact that he's starting against fresh legs. He's battling centre-backs. He's having to run from the start. Ivan Azon, as good as he has been, has come on against tired legs. He's been able to, and look at the moment when he hit the post. Norwich's heads were gone. They were absolutely finished at that point, Norwich. And it's Nunez's pass that opens up the space for him, and that allows him to have the chance. And you have to kind of factor those things in. Strikers in an Ipswich system in particular are not all about scoring goals. And I don't think it can be or should be underestimated the work that George Hirst is doing in battling centre-backs and coming up against Harry Darling and really trying to kind of go for a head-to-head physical battle. The one time that we've seen Ivan Azon, possibly the criticism that I would have is that he kind of got barged out of the game by some, as I said, multiple times after the Bristol City game, I described them as big, beefy centre-backs. That's how they felt. That's what Bristol City had. And I kind of thought in a sense Hirst might have been better suited for that. Hirst also, again, played an instrumental goal, a part in a goal that I think should have been in the first half, where he comes up against Harry Darling, and he's stronger than Harry Darling. And I don't think that was a foul, the one that Jaden Philogene fired in. So there's enough there for me to like what George Hirst is doing. There's naturally a debate about who should be starting. There's also, and this is the key bit, there's a lot of games coming up after the international break to kind of mix and match. And with a striker, it's easier to do that. It's not the same as Shu says with the centre-backs. There will be chances coming up where Ivan Azon, especially I think on Tuesday nights, look at that Charlton game, for example, will get a chance to start and prove his worth in kind of an easier game, let's say, at home, where more chances should fall his way. And then we can reassess from there. But it's difficult when you're looking at one striker who's playing against fresh legs for an hour, for 65, 70 minutes, and having to do the hard yards against someone who comes on full of energy against tired defenders. Naturally, there's going to be more to work with. So one to come back to, I think.